Michigan State exhibition. First of all, I guess this is the last piece of news we didn't add. We're still doing the unscripted podcast for the Field of 68. That is the Michigan State centric podcast where we will only talk about Michigan State. We made some formulaic changes to that, which you will hear when we launch the first episode. We're not sure when that episode's dropping. I think it might be coming out later today, but long story short, I'm going to try and be more positive on that show, and you are steering the ship. You're going host mode on the unscripted pod to be the voice of Michigan State basketball, which I think is as it should be. So we're probably going to be redundant to what we said, what we broke down in detail on that show, but we also wanted to get something on our channel relevant to Michigan State. That's what we're going to do. They were in a bit of a dogfight. They were trailing at the half in their exhibition game to a Division II school. Not the best look. They turned it on in the second half. A lot of guys looked really, really good in the second half. So what was your biggest takeaway from Michigan State's exhibition game last week?
We took Grand Valley's best punch. I'm not. My biggest takeaway, I think it's twofold for me. So it'll be like a 1A, 1B thing for me. One is that I think turnovers still are going to be an issue with this team. When you have turnover issues against a team like Grand Valley, once you get a step up in competition, I think those turnovers are going to increase, playing more athletic and better players. So that's a scary thing moving forward. And two, I think the fears of the front court issues, they came to a realization. Defensively, we are going to struggle. And the fact of the matter is that we have to go up against some of the best big men in the country moving forward. And that's a scary thought, because I don't know if we're going to be able to get by in checking those guys one-on-one with the front court that we currently have. So, I coming out of that Grand Valley game, my fears are just as bad as they were kind of going in. But, we got another exhibition game. Sorry, not another exhibition game. We got our first game tonight against Northern Arizona. Not a great opponent. So hoping to see some improvements, but once again, a step up in competition playing a Division I school.
Yeah, I thought there was a lot of good and a lot of bad, to be honest. And I try to stay away from the bad on the unscripted episode. So I might lean a little more into the bad here. I thought AJ Hoggard in the first half was a total non-factor. And I think that can never happen. Like, I think objectively, Michigan State fans would even say out loud, like, AJ Hoggard is the best player on this team. So to be down against a Division II school at halftime in a game in which AJ Hoggard didn't attempt a shot is unacceptable. Like, that just can't happen if this team's going to survive during the regular season, if he's the best player. And I think he is the best player. Now, he turned it on in the second half, but the problem with AJ through his career has been inconsistency, and it's why I roll my eyes when people talk about this being the best backcourt, because AJ Hoggard still has a lot to prove to even be close to one of the best guards in the Big Ten. He looked every bit that in the second half. He looked like one of the best point guards in the country in the second half. He looked horrible in the first half and was a total non-factor. So my eyes are monitoring that.
And I just want to say, you can't have that, because the margin for error with our team and how the roster's made up, guys like AJ, guys like Malik, we can't have ghost performances, can't have performances, especially, with Malik last year, there was games where he looked like he was an all Big Ten player, and there was games where you didn't even know he was there. And it wasn't necessarily him playing bad either. It was like he had games where he only had 5 shot attempts. Like, that's crazy. Like, I want to see Malik Hall go 1 for 17. I don't care. I mean, I do care. That'd be bad. But like, attempts, like, you need to be aggressive and you need to get your shot attempt ups. You cannot have 5 or 6 shot games. Not with the way our roster is made up. So I definitely want to see some improvements tonight against Northern Arizona, I believe it is. So there needs to be some improvements. Guys like AJ, if he wants to be that go-to guy, can't have halves where you don't have a shot attempt. That's absolutely unacceptable. So hoping to see some improvements tonight.
Tyson Walker was really good. We don't need to talk in depth about it. We did that on Unscripted, but I thought he was the best player in this game, and that's awesome. I love the way they're using him. It looked totally different. Like, there was no, okay, you're kind of the point guard. Obviously, when AJ's out, he can play that role, but like, they were running him off of, catch and shoot actions that they have ran Bryn Forbes and Gary Harris off of in the past. I think that bodes really well for Tyson's skill set with how well he shot the ball last year. The front court, I think, is disastrous, to say the least. We kind of knew that. And I'm already taking flack on Twitter for tweeting out halftime thoughts about how bad the center spot was. But like, I thought that it was Grand Valley, right? I thought Grand Valley got whatever they wanted against Michigan State in the paint in this game. And I don't know how that can happen. I mean, Mady Sissoko just does not look like a rim protector. And I think it's more mental than it is physical. Like he was not in the right spot frequently, or he had his back turned when there were straight line drives to beat the guards to the rim for a layup. Kohler, God bless him, even if he is going to be in the right spot and work really hard, he's never going to be a rim protector unless he grows 4 more inches. Pause. So I don't know. Like, Carson Cooper played real minutes. They didn't do any Joey Hauser at the 5 in this game. I don't know if they're saving that. I kind of thought they might experiment with it in the exhibition games if they are serious about doing it. So I'm tempted to say we're never going to see small ball. It's probably going to be 40 combined minutes of Mady and Jackson and Carson Cooper. And I think, given the schedule, I don't feel better about that spot than I did going in after the Grand Valley game.
Oh no, Drew Timmy was watching that game, absolutely licking his chops. It's going to get nasty.
Yeah. Mady did have some nice offensive moments, though. No like crazy post moves or anything, but a lot of like lob catch dunk finishes from AJ. That's nice to see. I mean, we do know that he is capable of doing that, and AJ should be more than capable of getting him those opportunities 5-6 times a game. So,
yeah, I mean, the last thing on this, and we can move on. The thing with Mady is I don't really even want him to like as great as it would be for him to be able to have like a hook shot or a go-to post move. I don't even want that. I just want you to catch drop-offs, try to finish strong, dunk everything, and defensively be in the right spot. Now, as you already mentioned, mentally, it seems that he's kind of a step or two behind on where he needs to be defensively. So if maybe some more game time and more experience gets him to that point, because he's going to be the starting center. Like I think that's the first game made it evident to me, and what Tom has been saying over the summer is that he's going to be the starting center, whether for good or bad. So I guess we're going to see, maybe with some game time and some minutes, like mentally he kind of things start clicking. I think that'd be obviously good for him and the team, but right now I just don't know.
Yeah, need Jaden Akins back too. Hopefully he plays. He's day-to-day right now. If he plays in the first game, I'll be very excited to watch the team and watch him. I think he's a superstar. So we'll see. I'm sure we'll have much more on Michigan State throughout the season, but all in all, what would you give him? A C grade for the exhibition?
Yeah, C minus.
C minus, yeah. I mean, hard to go much above that when you're trailing to Grand Valley at half. Just is what it is.
Yeah.
Second half was good, though.